Wrestling with WWE Bash in Berlin. Took place last Saturday at the Uber Arena. Um, you know, kind of sucks that we did, our tribute to for somebody that was very Jewish, and now we're talking about Germany. And I don't think he'd appreciate that. But attendance was 13,149. Not a bad crowd, definitely. And yeah, I don't want to say that this was like the best PLE, but I think it hit the right marks that it needed in the right places. Not necessarily the blow off, but just another chapter in the story. Your thoughts, Scooter? Kaliko?
No, you could say that to the day I die. You could give him, because he always went first. But anyways, a lot of the, you're right. See, the reason they went with this formula is because they knew they were gonna have some bullshit sometimes. I ain't gonna say bullshit. They're gonna have their B game sometimes.
Right.
And it's sometimes to have your B game in an area where the crowd will carry that shit to an A game. This was one of. You say what?
You're not wrong about that. That is the perfect explanation.
So that's why this was one of those moments where it was like, yeah, you gotta be. It's a B game card. Because the card wasn't bad. It was a B game card. It's just the crowd made it go to an A because it's overseas, and the overseas crowd has been just shitting on American crowd like it ain't nobody's business, with the exception of what, WrestleMania 40?
I'd say so, yeah.
No, I'd say WrestleMania 40 and SummerSlam were probably their two best crowds in America. So you're going against the whole globe. You know what I'm saying? France, Backlash France, shit. Crowd of the year. Yes. So that's where it's like Berlin, that this formula works. So it did exactly what it needed to do.
Well, let's get into it. Yeah. What was going to add?
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Undisputed WWE Championship match. Cody Rhodes defeated Kevin Owens in 23 minutes and 16 seconds. I don't know. I wasn't really invested in this. I think that this is probably Cody's weakest rivalry he's had since being WWE Champion. It didn't seem like it could have been what it could have been. Kevin Owens is a very larger than life individual when it comes to his promos, when it comes to how he wrestles, when he comes to all of this. And maybe I'm in the majority, maybe I'm in the minority here. I like bad guy Kevin Owens. I like Kevin Owens when he is fucking somebody over and talking shit about how he's fucking you over while he's fucking you over.
Exactly.
And he cared so much about Cody's leg, and he didn't want to win the championship the wrong way. WWE, since Triple H has been in the driver's seat, a lot of things have made sense to me. But when it came to this match and Kevin Owens' mentality, it was kind of like, give me a fucking break. Break his fucking leg and win the fucking belt. To be Kevin Owens, you're the prize fighter. You fight for prizes.
That's what was killing me. I think you're not wrong, because I was. It felt like the 10-man wrestling with a heart, right? Like.
Yeah.
It was because everyone was waiting for KO to KO.
Right.
Because that's what
KO does.
What KO does. That's what the fuck he does. He gets to the point where it becomes a goddamn where it gets to the point where it's a title and he's gonna fucking knock you over to get it. That was
the story of Sami.
That's been his MO. I mean, shit, John Cena. I mean, you could. It's the list. It ain't personal. It's business, and that's what I think. Personally, I hate that they stripped that element from him, because he always, because that element had an element of a. Even though he was a heel. It was the element of I'm a family man doing what I got to do to make sure my, you know what I'm saying?
100%, yes.
It was a, how can I put it? It was a joker, but you could relate to it, and that's what I think they stripped that element from him. Of course, this wasn't his best rivalry because it really wasn't a rivalry. It was just more or less. Everyone's just thinking, and I think they did that for the purpose that Kevin typically bats 1,000 with fucking people over. Like, so you know what I'm saying? It's okay to whip it out every now and then, but it's just the way that they. It's just the way that they did it that kind of threw it off, right?
Right.
It wasn't the best Cody Rhodes match. It did what it needed to do to prolong Cody's reign. I just don't like the fact that KO didn't give it 110%. And that's, I think, the ass kicking that he's going to be dealing with himself. Which maybe gets him back to that KO that we love.
I mean, do you see this going back to KO becoming a heel, or is this, well, we needed something to do with Cody Rhodes, and he was there?
I mean, it better, because he treated Cody better than he treated Sammy, Jericho, Cena, Kofi. I just can I keep going? Shall I keep? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Come on, man.
Yeah. How many stars do you give this one?
The crowd made it a 3, and that's pushing it. That's like being friendly.
Yeah.
The friendliest 3 I've ever seen.
I'll give it a 3 as well. All right. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill was given the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships after they had a friendly exhibition with the Unholy Alliance, Alba Firefest, and Isis Storm. I mean, we knew this was coming. I mean, a blindfolded Stevie Wonder in the basement could have seen this coming. Fire and Dawn only got the titles because Drew McIntyre wasn't winning and Piper Niven wasn't winning in Scotland, so they were literally the only.
Yeah, they had to give some hold to the motherfuckers in Belfast.
They had to give the Scottish people fucking something, and
giving them something.
I mean, hey, they could say they defended the titles once, I guess. I mean, it doesn't say a lot when, you know, me and you have been WWE Women's Tag Team Champions at this point, so. I didn't necessarily like the match, but I don't necessarily see that it was a match you needed to like, just kind of accept because, you know, who won?
Yeah, because everyone, I mean, also because of the fact that when they lost, everyone was kind of doing the countdown to the Jade Bianca shit. So that's kind of resets the timer.
Yeah, I get that. But I kind of felt like, again, they were going to win them back eventually. It was just, they needed to let it breathe for the other two girls to have somewhat of a run to say, hey, we just didn't give them the belts in Scotland. But yeah, they gave them the belts in Scotland.
Yeah, we didn't just take it off our two strongest women in the WWE for nothing. We had a reason. There was a method to that match.
It was solid. I give this 2 stars, and I'm being generous with that.
Oh, what?
I'm giving it 2 stars, and I'm being generous.
It's roughly that. I mean, it was everything without a squash match. Everything but the squash.
Correct. Now we got a strap match. CM Punk defeated Drew McIntyre by touching all 4 corners. Was you surprised that this was the 4 corners rather than the pinfall like they've been doing in the last couple of years?
No, and here's why. Because the first match was mired in so much controversy with the ref that you could bypass Punk getting pinned, right?
Yeah.
You can't bypass him if he pins McIntyre now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got that.
And that's why it had to go that route. It was just to give Punk the win in a sense where he just beat him because he did it within the rules, not because he beat the brakes off his ass. And that's why I think Bad Blood kicks in. Where they're heading for Bad Blood. So that's why I think it did what it did. Honestly, this is the rivalry that Cody and Kevin should be. I just wish it was that personal. I mean, but everything is on point with it. Especially even afterwards with, also Joe Tessitore, shout out. I loved the way he called that. I think that was the best way, his best call of the night, the Punk Drew shit. By the way,
shout out to Tessitore, who just joined WWE. I do think he did a great job as well.
You know what's crazy? People, I call it the Morrow. It's the Morrow madness, right? Because I think people are expecting everyone to be the next Morrow. Because Morrow, I ain't gonna lie, he's number 1 in my book. Only person that can make anything hip hop referenced. I told him I'll listen to a soundtrack of you just reading your commentary with hip hop references. But Joe Tessitore, if people don't, most people probably don't know him, but he's a big boxing kind of guy. And when the emotion is there, he's there. And I think that was his best element, when the emotion was there. When it was like, get him out the damn ring, you know what I'm saying? Like, that to me was his peak. But so I think he's going to be fine. He's so far so good. Very solid. Solid indeed. But back to the CM Punk rivalry. Yeah, it was just meant to push it forward, because and it also gave the illusion that Punk thought it was over. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, that's right.
So that's what it was meant for. Hey, you beat me at SummerSlam. Hey, I just beat you. I got my win back. We're even Steven. I got my win back. I got my bracelet. We're even Steven. And Drew was like, fuck the hell we are. So that's why.
No,
But as Drew told me in Cleveland, everything he's doing is justified.
Yes. I thought the match was good. I thought the match at SummerSlam was better. It just kind of progressed what we needed to get progressed. Which, I'm not against. Um, I haven't seen this type of bull rope match, strap match, whatever you want to call it, in quite some time. So I really enjoyed that element of it. And like you said, Punk thought it was over, and McIntyre being, it's over when I say it's over,
Right.
was a really good element. I'm glad that, on Raw, he didn't take the bracelet, he broke the bracelet, and he stuffed it down Punk's throat. That was, this is, the bullshit is over. The game, there's no more games. We're doing this now, which is going to obviously progress to Hell in a Cell in a month.
Yep, and it also cut the bullshit that people were, they're just fighting over a bracelet. The bracelet was never the point.
Right. Yes. So it did everything it needed to do. It hit the right marks. You know what? 4 stars. Kalika?
I'm gonna say 4. But what I am gonna say, and I wish we had our boy here to back this up, because I could have sworn the first 2 matches in Punk's AEW career was a regular match followed by a strap match.
No. I think you're thinking the MJF rivalry. The first match was a normal match, and then the second match was a strap match. But his very first match was with W.
No, I'm saying, didn't he have a strap? I thought he had a strap match with, what the fuck was his name?
MJF.
No, he did have one with MJF, but I thought he had another one with,
Hangman?
Is it Cash? No, Wheeler.
Oh, no. I think you're thinking about Ricky Starks?
Maybe. Who knows?
He was
But
supposed
anyway.
to have a strap match with Ricky Starks, I believe.
That's right. He was supposed to have a strap match with Ricky Starks. See, look at Punk, man. Punk comes the strap match king over this bitch. Like, shit, he just like whooping people like Django in this hoe. Like shit, he ain't got no kids, but he'll put the whooping on that ass man.
You gave it 4 stars, correct?
Solid 4. It did what it needed to do, and like I said, this has been the rivalry of the year.
It's kind of weird. Even though there's 5 matches on the card, and I've been a big proponent of maybe, add at least one more match to these cards. It kind of felt like, and I mean this no disrespect to Cody, but it kind of felt like the first 2 matches were like a pre-show, and starting with this match, the real show kind of began.
Mm-hmm. It did because it felt like that because of the simple fact that Cody's fight with Kevin was really not a fight. It was more like a friendly match. It was a friendly because it felt like a friendly because it was a friendly.
Right.
It wasn't like Punk and Drew, who's been doing Hatfield McCoy shit over the last 9 months, and was just like, oh yeah, this is just getting started.
Right.
So that's why. It's just the dynamic. If this was, how can I put it? Cody Solo felt more like a friendly, even though it wasn't.
You're saying Cody versus Solo seems more friendly?
It didn't feel personal. I'll put it this way. Cody Solo did not feel personal to me.
I mean, the personal wasn't necessarily with Cody. It was about Solo righting the wrongs of Roman, and that's what kind of made it the personal.
Well, it's not him righting the wrong, but the personal was him thinking he could be better than the person who lost. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I said it never felt personal between Cody and Solo, because their match was secondary to what Solo was trying to accomplish.
Right. I mean, Cody hasn't really had a rivalry right now, as of now. Well, like, oh, somebody kicked my dog, some type situation.
Not since Roman and Rock, not since The Rock. And it's not going to get personal until The Rock comes back.
Do you think that's what they're waiting for? Just for The Rock to come back?
I wouldn't put it past them. Rock Cody at Mania in Vegas.
Right.
Because that's coming. It's coming down the pike. It's just a matter of winding that road to get there.
Well, let's talk about the next match. Mixed tag match. The Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, defeated the Judgment Day, Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan by pinfall. I actually really enjoyed this match. And the crowd was all fucking over it. Like, they were ready for this. They wanted to see it. It was only 14 minutes. They were loud for all 14 minutes of it. Rhea and Liv. Anytime Priest caught somebody, there was a lot of gaga. There was a lot of fun. It definitely was one of the more energetic matches of the night. It all worked, it all clicked for me. And obviously Rhea got the victory on Liv, so she's due another title match. So, progressing the story as well. What say you, Kaliko?
Totally agree. It did what it needed to do. The crowd was hot for this. But then again, like we said, it's personal. See, and that's the thing. It went from, and I like that he did it that way, the format, because you kind of want high and lows, but in this one, it felt like, okay, the first two matches are done, and now shit is picking up, right? And that's how you want the crowd to be. You want them to go up, not up, down, up, down, up, down. So, to me, this was the right call to have that match there. The crowd was hot for it. Dom did what he's supposed to do. Liv what she did, what she's supposed to do. Two scorned members who were getting their asses kicked left and right, to be quite honest. Like, I ain't gonna lie, boy. Say what you will about the Judgment Day, but they were like the Wu-Tang Clan on that ass for Liv and Damian, boy. And it just solidified that them two are a group amongst themselves. And yeah, it did what it needed to do. Gave Rhea a reason to go after Liv for the title.
And low-key, that promo that they cut the week prior was straight up fire. Like, you want to call us the bad guys, but we were never the good guys. We've always been the bad guys. And Rhea, like, if we didn't achieve what we got just by being nice.
That part. And honestly, it's just like, I'm just gonna break this down, as I never really got to break that down. I mean, yeah, I did a little bit. It's just perspectives.
Right.
If you're looking at Dom's perspective, bitch, you've been mean to me the whole time. I've been just nothing but a lackey the whole time. You just been treating me like a little boy toy the whole time. And if you look at just Judgment Day in general, like, there's no leaders. Y'all thought y'all were fucking It's like the Temptations. They thought they were David Ruffin, and they treated us like Otis. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. and low key, most people may not believe this. It kind of showed itself at SummerSlam.
Right.
At the pre-show, it showed itself at the pre-show, because when Damian and then Dom sitting up here like, oh yeah, I talked to mommy, I talked to her, she's good with it, she's cool, and Damian's just coming out, well, I talked to her a week ago. What the fuck is you talking about? So it was always just like these little nuances that people probably didn't catch on that mattered. But back to the match. Yep. I mean, shit. The crowd made this shit a 5 to me. Like I told you, it was a B show where the crowd carried it to the A.
So you're giving a 5?
Yeah, I mean the crowd was into it from start to finish. Even though it was 14 minutes, it told the story it needed to tell.
I agree with that. I'll give it 5.
And the crowd just enhanced it. Cause they ate this shit up, start to finish.
Have we covered a WWE show this year where we haven't given at least one match 5 stars?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the Royal Rumble.
We would have to look at it. Because Royal Rumble, the women's, I thought was the best Royal Rumble they ever had.
That's right.
As far as the women.
But look at us.
The women's Royal Rumble was the best.
But I mean, look at us.
I'm trying to...
5 stars like Dave Meltzer right out of his ass. And
nah, because I would say this: every match, every pay-per-view had at least one match where it was the shining match,
right?
Match of the night. That's your 5-star match. Ta-da.
But I'm genuinely curious what Dave Meltzer gave these matches on this card.
3 stars.
2.25. Like Uncle Dave has definitely not aged gracefully. Let's just say that. That brings us to the World Heavyweight Championship match. Gunther defeated Randy Orton in 34 minutes and 28 seconds. I kind of go back to like what I said with Kevin Owens. When I like Randy Orton, it's when Randy Orton is a real bad guy. And, you know, when I think about Randy Orton at his best, like when him at the end of 2020, where he literally put on night vision goggles to beat up legends in the dark, like, that is fucking badass. That's the focused Randy Orton that got him 14 world championships. I don't feel like we have that Randy Orton now. I don't necessarily feel he has that cold-hearted, hate that we've seen Randy Orton have in the past. And I never necessarily felt like Gunther's title reign was in jeopardy during this match. And it didn't seem like Randy was maybe as invested as he could have been either. But that's just my opinion. What are your thoughts?
I see what... Yeah, because, I mean, Randy's a better bad guy than a good guy. I don't think this match was really about face heel. In a sense, this match was about Gunther proving that, because remember, they had the King of the Ring controversy. So that was something that they wanted, I mean, and they kind of put it to bed, but this really put it to bed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the goal that they were looking at. they were just trying to put that element of it to bed. I think that they did a good job of that. And it was just to solidify and to start Gunther's reign. I mean, who else were they going to put in that spot? I mean, honestly, who else were they going to put in that spot where you believe that he was going to lose?
I mean, Sane or Dragunov. But I mean, we're going.
Who?
Sami Zayn. I think we're going.
No.
We're getting Sami Zayn and Gunther next. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I kind of like how they're going with the, honestly, kind of like a New Japan approach. Like, you're the champion now. All these people who've been kind of a thorn in your ass is coming to come get their stake for the title. Right. So I think that is the start of his reign. I don't think his reign will ultimately. I think his reign will get to the dominance part, the cold heel part. Honestly, he's just. This is Gunther being, I am the best wrestler in the world. Don't tell me I deserve it, because I know I fucking deserve it. And I am head and shoulders above everybody in this bitch. Come fight me if you want to, but it will be at your own peril. It's not even a heel. That's not really a heel thing, right? Like, I'm the best, bitch. Like, try me. He's basically trying me. Please come try me. And people are trying him. Randy tried him, failed. Sammy's gonna try him, and that one's gonna be a thorn in his ass, because it's like, bitch, I've beaten you. So that's why he's playing this cat and mouse of, yeah, nah, I don't want to do it. You see what I'm saying? So it makes sense that he would be that. Why would I want to fight the dude that beat me and ended my longest reign? I'd be like, fuck you too. And these are the things you got.
Oh, continue.
Got to put those in. No, you just got to put that into that context. But you can ask your question. Hopefully, I can answer.
What I was gonna say was, I was surprised how split the crowd was. I thought that this was going to be CM Punk in Chicago for Gunther. You know, he only lives like a country over.
But it's Austria. Austria and Germany, keep in mind, it's the same as the Jewish in Germany. It's roughly the same thing. Now, if they had people come from Austria over to Germany, if they had to match in Austria, yeah. But I didn't think it was going to be a homecoming. Because more people in Germany are going to come. I didn't expect people to flock from Austria there.
I kind of felt like it would have been a little bit more pro Gunther, but I do give Gunther props. Like, he was getting the most cheers he's had, you know, in his whole career, his WWE career, that is. And he brushed it off like he did not give a fuck, and that's like the true sentiment of a heel. So I did appreciate that.
That's my point. Like, he's the heel that he knows he's the best. He doesn't have to do. He's not a Miz heel or he's a chicken shit heel. He's not even an Orton heel where he's putting on goggles at night and fucking people up and they sleep. He's the, bring your ass. I'ma fuck you up. It's kind of like Xerxes in 300. He is a more dominant version of Xerxes in 300.
How many stars?
Step if you want to. I'm fucking you up.
How many stars do you give this one?
I mean, 3.5. It did what it needed to do. I mean, the crowd was split, but my problem is, like you said, we knew Gunther wasn't gonna lose.
Yeah.
So that I think that kind of took the luster out of it. Kind of like it's kind of like the opposite of Punk. We knew Punk was going to win, but we also knew where it's going.
Right.
And in this case, it was just a one-off in which you're just proving Gunther belongs.
I give it 3.5 as well. Alright, the show as a whole. How many thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle?
I mean, they don't mess with these overseas shows. I mean, thank God for the crowd, because the crowd is just like, God damn. Crowds don't miss overseas, and that's why they do it, because, like we said, when they bring their B shows over the seas, the crowd is giving them the A game. Because think about that shit. When the last time you had a pay-per-view in Berlin? They going ape shit. You would have thought they had the Super Bowl.
Yep, you're not wrong about that.
Dead ass. Like, same with France. You would have thought these, like, them getting PLEs is like them winning the Super Bowl. That's like them winning the bid for the Super Bowl and hosting the bitch.
I give this an Orange Cassidy thumbs up.
The lazy thumbs up.
Yeah, lazy thumbs. Because what I liked, I really liked. And what I didn't necessarily... And that would probably be why I go back to this event. But what I didn't like... it didn't hit for me. So, you know, kind of have to take the good with the bad. But the good kind of outweighed the bad at this point. So, I'm going Orange Cassidy thumbs up.
Orange Cassidy, the whatever thumbs up.
Yeah. Alright.
I can dig it.
Now, that will conclude our coverage of WWE Bash in Berlin.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.